Welcome to the first ever episode of the Southern Hang Podcast, a podcast brought to you by four friends who found each other in college at the University of Louisville, Go Cards, all members of the Teak fraternity who have kept our friendship going by our love of music, baseball, knuckleheadness, pop culture, or whatever is amusing us at that moment. We're fathers, we're old men having a good time, and we thought we'd start a podcast and just see how this thing goes. Why don't I pass over to my man Sherman? We'll see if he wants to do a little hello, and you can learn a little something about him.
Hey guys, Sherman, happy to be on here with three of my buddies that I don't get to see that often, but we get to talk. We try to we started this with an annual road trip, baseball trip, that the four of us went on. And then this last trip that we were on decided we wanted to get together and start talking a little bit more often. So the podcast came out of it. I work in government relations. I've also got a film business that I've got going. We'll talk some about that here and hopefully jump into some of the stuff that we like doing. From there, let's jump over. Redmond, jump in here.
Yeah, Brian Redmond, happy to be here. Friends is a loose term, but I love these boys with all my heart. Can't get enough of them. Happy to be here. Ideally once a week. We'll see how it goes. And what do you got for us, buddy?
Oh, Redmond, Cotton, Sherman. I'm just happy that we're able to get together, fellas. It's been a while. We all met in college and have been. I'm going to use the term Red. I'm not afraid of the term friend. I embrace it, man. And no, so I'm in the finance business. I've owned my own business and work with financial advisors across the country. But my passion is really music, TV, movies, pop culture, that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to be able to talk tunes, TV with the fellas, and at the same time, let's catch up and see how everybody's doing.
Man, that's around the horn. So I like that y'all chimed in on what you do. I'm a builder of restaurants, Texas Roadhouse, Bubba's, Jaggers. But really, that's what pays the bills. Really, it's when I get home, hanging out with the kids, what knucklehead stuff we can get into, family time, same stuff. Music, I think there's a bunch that goes around these four guys talking about music. And yeah, Sherm's producing knowledge. He may not want to show this podcast to your friends. They're all gonna. We're hopefully going to grow in what we do and how good we're going to be at this show. Yeah, I'm pumped about it though. I'm pumped about it. We start getting some one-liners going in here and talking about knucklehead stuff. It can only go up. It can only go up from here, man.
We've already kicked it off here. You can catch us already on social media stuff. We've already got our stuff lined up, rolling. I'm excited to learn more about you guys too, because there's a lot of times when we get together and we're talking about things and one of you will just bust out that you've been doing something I didn't know. I know we talked a lot of pickleball, which I'm not a pickleball guy. I know Cotton has done that. Craig has done some of that. I don't know if you other two got into that at all, or what else you guys are into right now. That aspect of it.
If you want to talk pickleball, so I've got in my backyard, I've got a 16-year-old son who always played basketball, and we do it right. We laid like a 25 by 25 concrete slab in the backyard for him to play basketball, and that turned into the family pickleball court as well.
Oh,
So
sweet.
we'll get out there and mix it up a little bit. For us, it's just a good way to hang out with the fam. So I don't think I've ever gone full competitive, but I might be ready for that.
So
What
for
I
you,
Before we dive into that, give me the full rundown there, Neil. I got two girls and a dude, and they're where at and doing what?
Man, I feel old saying this, but I've got a daughter who's already a graduate at the University of Kentucky. She's in marketing and already has a job in the real world. My other daughter is a sophomore at University of Kentucky, and then my son is a sophomore at South Oldham High School, a baseball player, and our family, we always love my oldest was a cheerleader, my middle one was a dancer. We love sports here, and so we're always about following the kids all over the place with them playing their sports. So
And
you'll probably hear a lot of that from us.
obviously we're proud of our children, but is the theme that we're going to be four dudes from Louisville sending our children to Kentucky? Is that? I mean, we're proud of them. They're doing good. I'm not downgrading any schools, but is that what we're doing here, or
I
we got a
I
shot
told
Lance heading off to somewhere else? Or I'm
well,
proud of
we're gonna
all of them. I'm
see.
proud of all.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. But I tell you what, man, being a proud Cardinal and graduate of the University of Louisville and someone that remembers standing, jumping on their couch in 1980 when they won their first national championship, I'm a diehard Cardinal, man, as much as it comes. So when my oldest says she wants to go to the University of Kentucky, I said, I love you. I support you. I'll write the check. Don't ever make me wear the gear.
Hey,
How's
I
that
will
worked
say
out
I
so
like
far?
these two new basketball coaches we got. I'm pumped about both of them. I like that they're both of those boys are good people, and the anxiety and animosity and the fight from the previous two coaches. These guys like each other and they're nice and they want to build each other up. They want to beat each other, but I do like that, which makes me like Kentucky like it used to be back in the '90s. So I thought they were cool back then. And obviously, we're proud of your daughters. So the best thing we want is for them to go to school and get an education.
My
Be better.
sophomore was on the big board at the last game. She's all fired up about going to UK games and doing all the stuff.
Neil, has she heard any rumblings about sharpshooters being on Rupp Arena here lately? Out on the court, I had a chance last week to
Oh,
shoot hoops.
I
Couple
think I saw some of
threes.
those pictures, and you said sharpshooter, and I just didn't make the association. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Well, it's hard to put the two together for sure. You think no look pass when you hear Redmond for sure,
That's right.
but I was
Tell us
pulled the
about
trigger from
tell us
deep.
about that experience though.
It was I don't know that I've ever been starstruck, but it was one of the coolest things I feel like I've had a chance to do. There's probably 60, 80 people out there maybe total. Um, Not shooting at the same time, but just at the function. Mark Pope came out and answered some questions from the crowd, and some of them were good questions. Some of them were, "Hey, do you have pets?" and "What are the pets' names?" But got a chance to shoot some hoops and tour the locker rooms and get a little peek behind the curtain. So super cool experience, man.
And your shot percentage was
Uh, yeah, that's 2 for 3.
That's not bad.
Hey, you got to know when to stop when you're ahead.
yes,
Well,
I'm
100%.
I'm two
and
for two
Peter,
from the I'm 2 for 2 from the floor of the Center. Yeah, I took a little layup and then I was down there. My buddy Samantha Williams, who's now at Mississippi State, and her head coach Sam Purcell, who was at U of L at the time, they were both on the floor. I went down there and said hi to him during one of the girls' practices. And Purcell said, I do a little layup. He said, you got to take a real shot. So I step up behind three and I take a shot and it was butter, just pure. And you're done. I go, I'm done. I'm great. I'm perfect. I'm perfect from the 2 for 2. So we're not gonna mess that up.
so
Yeah,
Red,
man.
how did you get to make that happen at UK?
It's classified information, Neil. My sister had a connection. One of her
Yeah,
clients, Central Bank, and they're a big supporter of the. You got me saying Yum Center, Craig, but big supporter there at Rupp.
Everybody bleeds red, buddy. It's all right. You ain't got
I,
it. We know where your heart lies.
I feel like I spent the better part of a decade going to U of L. I could cheer for them sometime, but I bleed blue, bleed blue. But yeah, no, it was one of her clients, and somehow had a connection. She had a couple extra tickets, so got a chance to get out there and see what happens.
Is she a big UK fan too, or is it just did she do that knowing you were a huge UK fan?
She went to UK for undergrad.
Okay,
Yeah, she was UK for
Apparently that
undergrad,
doesn't
and
apparently that doesn't mean much in your family. You went to Louisville and you're a UK grad. She could be a Louisville fan. That's usually
uh,
what happens is you go to the school that you went to. That's who you cheer for when you wear their gear. But
I actually had housing. I was accepted, had housing. I was ready to go to UK, and at the 11th hour, I heard that Neil Wilding was a ticket at UFL, and I decided to pull out, go downtown Louisville.
I was a trendsetter, man, and it was word was getting out. So I'm glad it made it to you.
before there was NIL money, there was Neil.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
just in time for that infamous snowstorm where we could hang out in the teak house for what was it, like 2 weeks straight?
like a week and a half, that was fun. Yeah, but we didn't have. There wasn't none of us that had relations knew each other before Teak though, right? Y'all
Right.
two didn't know each other, right?
Yeah,
Y'all
we
you
No.
did.
say
Neil and
that, but
I.
you didn't actually
Oh,
know
that's
each other.
true. Redmond, tell the
Neil.
story.
Yeah, Neil and I played at Mutual Little League together. Neil was the guy that used to hit dingers.
Shortstop Neil Wilding, the thrill.
Yeah.
Where
This
did
is
they?
partially true.
Num-
Were you a
Number
catcher back?
20.
Were you a catcher
Number
back then
20.
too?
Yeah, he was number 27 in the program, number one in your heart. But no, I don't know if my recollection is that you had a bunch of home runs, but I don't. Did you? Is that factual?
Probably not over the fence home runs. I worked my way into that. but I could hit a
Well,
little bit. I could play a little
yeah,
ball.
yeah,
But what I do remember is the pool party, right? Like I had a pool in my backyard. The whole team got to come hang out.
yeah. I think I've still got pictures of that somewhere. I got work to do after this. After episode 6 here tonight, I got some work to do to find some of these old pictures.
And how long did it take us to make that connection once we started hanging out in college?
I want to say within the first day and a half, wasn't it?
I guess I was a legend.
Neil
You
didn't
and
accept it till a year later, but Redmond knew it a day in.
I knew it when I saw him. No, it was you and Gregonis that we had a psychology class together. I feel like on
Yes, I
Tuesdays
do
and
remember that.
Thursdays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah. I used to use that
That
as my
that
nap time.
that we went to occasionally.
Yeah, for sure.
Sherman,
That
did you
checks
ever
out.
got to hang out on a basketball court or anything? I never got to do anything like that. Like on a
Both of them played college football. They're both athletic, and I'm watching, and the guy two in front of me hits one out of the park, Coors Field. Second guy, second, and you only get five hits.
Well, the air is lighter. The air is lighter up there too.
That part. So two of his are off the wall, and one goes out of the park. Everybody that is there, it's not a lot of people, but it's 500 people that are sitting around watching. In my mind, the whole stadium's full, but there's 500 people now that are watching. The next guy gets up. Everyone he hits is out at the warning track. Everybody is now turned and looking when I get up to hit mine. So clearly, I'm looking. I see everybody, and I call my shot. Point. I hit it out of the infield. I was pretty excited about that, but that was it was fun. It was awesome, but it was
that was that
when you're doing.
Germantown Little League experience you had,
That's
right?
exactly right. And we didn't get to have pool parties afterward. We just got snow cones. So you guys are a whole nother level.
That's a cool story. Coors Field, man. That's a gorgeous place.
I got
And that's kind of a segue. So we go on our road trip. That's what the four of us have done for, I don't know how many years we've said now, 15, 14, 82. I don't know how many years we've done this now, but we go on a road trip every year to a different field. That is one of the ones I've been to. We've not been to Coors Field, but I've been to that field. But we go on a road trip and do baseball stuff and listen to Redmond be on Teams calls. That's a good time. Yeah.
we all work. Everybody's got their stuff. So he's an important guy. He gets his phone calls, man. Leave my guy alone.
Right.
Handling
Some people
business.
work more than others.
Yeah.
It just untimely. When I try to take road trips, it's untimely. Peaks and valleys from work, but I feel like when we go on road trips, it ramps up for some reason.
That Teams calls that you were on, I'm pretty sure if you were just recorded your responses, you could just push the button like, oh, you need answer number 7. Hold on a second, I got this. And you could just push I had the speech down. By the end of the time we
Yeah.
were done on this last trip to Detroit, I'm like, oh wait, that's answer number 6. That's the quantifiable. He brings out the word quantifiable.
I think
Yeah,
we were all
that's
on the project team by the end of the trip.
yeah,
That's
oh yeah.
number
You want to hand this one off to me, Red? I got this one. I can't even believe you even asked that question. Dang.
You guys should be getting some commission checks here soon, by the way, to help bring that thing across the finish line. I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
we're
what
here for you.
Hey, roll that into the baseball fund.
That's exactly right.
Hey, we did Neil's 3 children. Let's keep up with some more background stuff on the 4 of us. I also have 3. I have a daughter and 2 boys on the reverse of Neil with the 2 girls and the boy. I'm 2 or 1 daughter and 3 boys. And my daughter just had our first grandchild, so I have a 9-month-old grandchild, Maeve. She's badass. All my children are badass. I guess I shouldn't be like highlighting the grandchild and pushing just and just shutting off the other 3 there, but they're all great. So yeah, I got a 26-year-old who's a dental hygienist or dental surgeon's assistant in Lexington. Nolan is at the University of Louisville, graduating or working on graduating and being an English teacher. And then my youngest is a senior to sales and going into the trade, following his father in the construction world, and has already been accepted into the electrical trade apprenticeship. So pumped about him. And currently he's working at Jaggers, one of the restaurants that I build in my real life. He's working at a Jaggers, best drive-through guy now. So, and then where are y'all at? I know what's your man doing?
We got a grade schooler, man. So we're at a much younger age here, and don't know where we're going. Don't College is not even on the radar right now. Still trying to figure all that out. And yeah, man, just enjoying. Did a little basketball coaching him basketball right now. I saw Redmond's going to talk a little bit about that too, because we both coaching the basketball teams. But
Oh,
I don't know.
did y'all play against each other?
No, I don't. Our level where we're at, I don't think any of our folks are going to be able to play college
Y'all's
ball
boys
or
are
high
roughly
school
the
ball.
same
Or
age,
anything.
right? Aren't
What's
y'all's
that?
boys roughly the same? Aren't y'all's boys roughly in the same grade levels?
Uh, Fifth and is we're at fifth grade. You sixth?
Yeah, yeah, we're in six. We could have played together.
Would have been a good
We
Yeah,
could
time.
I
have.
think it could have happened. Coulda, woulda.
Yeah, we didn't get far enough in the tournament. We shut it down early.
Vacation. Get off
Yeah,
the vacation that way.
that's
So
right.
I
That's right.
also was am coaching basketball. So Lance and I, Lance is my 16-year-old son. He and I are coaching together a group of first graders. And oh my, I wonder what we signed up for.
Now who's the head coach, Neil?
I'm the head coach. He's my assistant. So that means I get all the parent complaints, and he's the good cop. No, I'm kidding. It's actually been a lot of fun.
That's
Do
awesome.
you really get? I don't want to ask if you get parent complaints. We talk about that often.
Actually, no, it's been awesome. The only hard part is we got 11 kids trying to work them through the games, so they don't get to play as much as they'd like. But no, no complaints. It's amazing to see the kids start the game. They're so young, they don't really know how to play, so it's a fun time to get a hold of them.
I remember when Gunner first started playing a game, I realized why there was only one league for 3 year olds. You could not keep their attention. It was a complete soup sandwich. Picking up clovers in the they don't, I don't know that they get. I don't know that they start to get the competitive juices going until they get a little bit older. If that makes that's my take on it. I don't know if that's right or wrong.
I
Gunner,
think
Gunner's where? What is he? He's at Catholic school. Is that what he's doing? Is he at a
Yeah, he's in sixth grade. He's over St. Albert. We just got done
there?
playing
Cool.
basketball, and he's wrapping up archery. He's jack of all trades. Get ready to sign up here for we got
Love,
baseball and soccer.
love,
So
love archery.
you
Great,
still got a
great
range in
sport.
your basement?
Absolutely. I'm 10 steps away from my 10-meter lane. We can go turn the camera around and go shoot right now. But
Yeah.
yeah, both my boys shot. I love the individual portion of it, but it's a team sport, so it was I enjoyed that one. Yeah, I went and saw my nephew last night. He's at St. Michael, and they were playing St. Patrick. St. Patrick. They played last night, sixth grade basketball, and I guess it was the semifinals to go for the city tournament. And so if they'd have won last night, they'd have gone to the city
Mm.
championship. But unfortunately, they lost last night. But he played a good game. He had 12 points out of their 28 that the whole team scored. So he did.
That's strong.
It was fun.
Yeah,
I
man.
hadn't been to a game in a while. Seeing anybody play at that age, so that was fun to go see.
Yeah, man. Red,
that's
you're
where
gonna
they
have to
actually
get
start
Gunner.
playing.
You're gonna have to get Gunner out back out here to work on the tee here in the basement. If I remember right, it was about this time last year. He came out. We did a little working on his swing a little bit.
We did. Actually, I talked to him about that, trying to see if he's interested in going that route again. They're starting up a league again at school. So they haven't done that for a while between travel ball and a lot of the rec league. The schools have lost the
Yeah,
numbers for the team, so they're starting up a team again. So we're going to try to go that path and let him play with the kids from school.
that's fun. School ball's hard with middle school because in baseball because the size of a sixth grader is totally different than the size of an eighth grader because half the kids are going through puberty and there's some kids playing on the big field versus little field. So I'm glad y'all can make it happen.
That was the thing at South Oldham, right? We were on the big field. He was in, I don't know if it was the end of fourth grade or fifth grade, essentially playing against sixth and seventh graders. There was a huge gap just from a size and capability. So
Baseball's a great game, though. Love it. I'm
speaking of
actually
baseball,
staring in my basement right now. I'm staring at half of it that is dedicated to Lance's tea station, where every day he's got 45 minutes of a routine he does, pounding baseballs into a net. It's fun. Anyway.
When do his games start up?
So tryouts, high school baseball starts, I think February 10th and so that just happened. And so they practice for about a month. So probably sometime in March they start playing games and go all the way to the end of school. So
And Pass the Cup is still not like a pro sport for us to be able to do at your boys' ball game.
I think that
Pass the
maybe,
Cup.
since our boys at a public school, but maybe if we go play at DeSales, those private schools, maybe we can get away with some pass the cup for a road game when we come out and tap to your neck of the woods.
Hell yeah. I live in the South End, buddy. We do all y'all are you're out there in South Oldham. It's all highfalutin, big houses and special people. I'm in the South End, brother. We get away with all kinds, whatever we want to. People are just excited to get together and have any form of social event. We've got a top secret cooler at some point, in the people we're hanging out with. So right.
Yeah.
Hell, we played the double up South Oldham and North Oldham soccer this past year. We tailgated between games for our soccer. That may have been the downfall of us losing at South Oldham that day, but we won the first game.
Well,
But you
you
said it.
lost
But
at
you said it
soccer,
with a
but
bunch of
won at
pride.
life.
Sorry, what did you say, sir?
I said you said it with a bunch of pride, though.
Oh, we had a blast. We went to North Oldham. We didn't play North Oldham. We played at North Oldham. That's the blue field, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Mustang.
Yeah. We played at the blue field, and the opposing coach went nuts. I don't remember who we played. They were supposed to be really good, and we were beating them 2-0. And we won the 2A state championship this year. Thank you, DeSales Colts in soccer. So we do have talent. We're not just a bunch of adults. The adults were still drinking, but the kids were very good at what they do. But we played at North Oldham for the first leg of the back-to-back, and the opposing coach went nuts and got kicked out. Like they forfeited and kicked the coach out, and we won 2-0 at halftime. And so then we had this huge. We already had a 2-hour window between games, so then we had to go and hang out at South Oldham, and they got a good team. We lost that day, I think 4-2 or 3-2, but they have a very good soccer team out there.
But the key is that you were tailgating and having a good time.
We tailgated in the parking lot at South Oldham. Oh, yeah, there was all kinds of people driving by looking at us like, what in the hell? And we had probably 10, 15 parents out there with a tent and music going and beverages and hanging out until the next game started. Absolutely. All right. Hey, how about we do what some of these... Obviously, we're going to have a crap ton of fans. Tons of people that want to listen to this podcast. Once we hopefully don't burn out our family from the only people that are going to listen to us talk, and we start gathering real people from all over the world listening to our banter, what kind of things do you think our fans, which they're the ones that have to invent what they call themselves, the Southern Hangers or whatever they're going to call themselves, what can you expect? What can we expect from you, BFR? What are you bringing to the table there, buddy?
I don't think I appreciate being put on the spot quite like that.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd have a segment, maybe some knowledge on golf etiquette with Redmond this week. Sherman's obviously all over the place: politics, music, producing. Really, we're here for you for your quotes on movies and whatnot. But you were brought to the table.
Yeah, we could talk about golf. We could talk. I'm really here to say more to just chime in and throw some movie quotes out there and keep a reality check on everybody. That's my role.
Right. And golf is still a pretty popular thing in your life, right?
It's my vice for sure.
Yeah.
Playing in a simulator league here this winter, hone in the skill, and it's a shit show, man. Let's call it what it is.
What is it? Educate me, a non-golfer. What is a simulator league like? So walk me through. You're on hole one. Walk me through what's happening there. Is it literally every shot?
You don't putt. It's an auto putt scenario, but yeah, you tee off. They can set it up however they want to, right? So like with wind conditions, if you're not in the fairway, there's a rough penalty, which decreases how far the ball would fly and all that other good stuff.
You're playing in a venue exactly like the thing we see on TV with Tiger Woods.
It is a mirror image of what's on TV with Tiger Woods.
Yeah, just like Neil's pickleball court in the backyard. One of your buddies built a indoor dome, and you go to his house and y'all play in the simulator
It's pretty
thing.
close. It's pretty close. Yeah. No, there's we've got two bays up here at the course, and so it's two v two scramble format.
Is that your golf course that you're a member of?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's, and then they handicap it so that it's an even fair fight, so to speak. But yeah, you both tee off, you pick the best ball, hit your next shot, and so on and so forth until you get on the green. And then once you're on the green, it gives you an auto putt. So it's
My
sounds like
neighbor just built a simulator in his garage, and he's got the screen. He painted the wall. He's got like a little section with a hangout section. He's got a TV. We can watch the ball games. He's got the little pad that you hit off of, and it's got the light that shows up. And it's pretty awesome.
that is
Pretty
awesome.
badass. That's in the neighborhood. That's I wasn't sure, but
You got my
very cool.
attention with auto putt.
Yeah.
I don't have to putt. All right, let's go.
Everything's good. You get on the green, it's a gimme. Pick it up.
I think what
Cool.
you can also, Cotton, I think one thing you can probably expect is we all do some traveling. So I think you're going to hear where we are and what we're doing, and then everything from recommendations of what we're doing in that city or that area, and maybe even how we got there, if it's a road trip involved or what's going on with it.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah, I've got 4 states left. I've been to all 50 and down to Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and what did I just say? And Washington. Did I say Washington? There's 4 of them. They're all right there in the Pacific Northeast. So Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. Those are the 4 I have left. Yeah, I got to get those. And then there's a good shot that 3 of those outside of not Washington, but the other 3 are going to get knocked out this year. So I'm excited about it. And then I'm on the road somewhere building a roadhouse, Bubba's and or Jaggers, or if I get lucky, then I'm traveling somewhere with my wife, doing something fun.
So then the baseball trip needs to be Seattle so you can check off Washington.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
It's aggressive, but I like it.
Outings, my always tuning me in on what's new in the music scene. We're both similar. We're all music people, but that's we're getting, for you listeners out there, we're getting the live view of Vanna White presentation here.
Redmond, where's the Pacific Northeast on that
Well,
map?
I've
That
looked
was
twice.
huge.
I can't find it on there. I can't find it on there.
Yeah, no, I talk music all day. What are you listening to
Exactly.
these days, Cotton?
Yeah, probably one of the first dedicated episodes we have that's not just us rambling on about giving all of our millions of listeners the background check on the 4 of us so that they know we got to set the scene. They got to know who the players are, where we come from. Then after that, then we can just dive deep into all our vast knowledge. So now that they know who we are, the next episode's coming up. You'll have,
All right.
yeah, what are you listening to? What state are you in?
That's how we're going to get everybody to come back and listen next. Then, huh?
They want to know. They want to know what's new out there. Right? How good are my lines on my lawn mow, sessions this year? I'm prepping already. I went and bought product today so that I can start getting my yard to pop back out.
I don't think we have enough bandwidth on this platform if we're going to start talking about cutting grass, Craig. I think we've got to save that for a different. We've got to ramp up a little bit.
That's got to be a live show. We gotta wait for a
For
live
sure.
show.
For sure.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that. We can do this.
We might do it live from your lawn.
Live
That might have
from
to be
your
how it
lawn
happens.
or on your lawn more.
You 3 can talk on the porch, and I'll just be out there cutting the yard. Absolutely.
You got any
That
potholes
sounds
in your lawn?
I got what?
You got
Oh,
any potholes in your lawn?
Oh, looky there,
Slamming.
folks. Looky there, folks. Thank you. This is what it's here for. All
potholes
the millions.
slamming.
I'm sure the millions of listeners caught that reference.
So speaking of music, I just bought tickets last night. Coming out to your neck of the woods, Craig, out there at the Iroquois Amphitheater. We're going to go see Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh,
Huh,
all right.
how about that?
And yeah,
Yeah.
a little throwback.
Yeah, I want to see Dwight and I want to see Bonnie Raitt. They're both coming out here real soon. I'd like to see both of them. Bonnie's my favorite female musician.
She's awesome.
I love her voice. Yeah,
She came a couple years ago. I want to say with James Taylor at the Yum
that'd be,
Center.
that'd be a good show.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
going
good
to
time.
I'm going to see Parker McCollum on Saturday. So
Where's he playing?
Yum, playing at the Yum Center.
Has he got an opener, or is he just coming out punching everybody in the mouth.
There's an opener. I looked it up. I didn't know the guy. Starts with a K. I'd have to look it back up. Yes, there is an opener. He is going to be, they just announced yesterday, he's going to be the opener for Chris Stapleton and George Strait. They've got like a four stadium tour that they're doing in George Strait, Stapleton, and Parker McCollum. So,
nice.
Yeah, man. All right. I don't know.
That's a good one, I think.
Yeah, man.
Is that a wrap, fellas?
I think we're feeling good about it. I think we're feeling good about it. We've introduced ourselves, we've teased our listeners on what they can expect in future episodes of this show. We haven't revealed too much. We got one music drop from Redmond for people to solve if they don't know, they didn't catch that reference. I think we've done well. I don't want to put Redmond more on the spot. It freaked him out the last time. So how about I say, Sherman, why don't you give us the going out? See you next week.
Appreciate you guys. We're going to catch you all next week. I'm going to be coming at you from Washington, D.C. next week. May have some other folks traveling too. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you in episode 2.
Peace.
See ya.